Hello, this is the Holy Bible, and here I want to bring to you a Vi top tips and tricks video. Now, some of these tricks can, of course, transfer over to Vi Jungle, since she is, crazily enough, the same champion. The first one is the Bush Q. Bush Q is very, very important for lane Vi, because her main weakness of her Q is the fact that you can see her charging it and it slows herself down. So you want to be in a bush ideally when charging the Q, similar to a Scion charging a Q in a bush, so that you can throw it out and have less time for the opponent to react to it instead of watching it the entire time.
It's still pushing me either way.
So here you see us in the bush, just watching Camille. She can't see this at all. She goes for a minion, and we absolutely blast her. And there we go. And this is to show you that even though I'm in lane, I'm not hiding in a bush. I just step in there just for a second, just so that I can start the charge, and they have less time to be like, oh god, he just started charging. And of course, it just shows that it can get you a kill. Here's another one. I just got back to lane, he's pushing. We just fought, as you can see, he's healing. So we're just pushing through, charge the Q, start the fight. Just step into the bush, and then Q. Here, I was just in vision, started charging my Q again. Sure, I walked out of the bush. The next thing is the Blast Shield. Blast Shield is super detrimental to Vi's gameplay. It allows you to shrug off so much damage. Anytime they try to throw out poke, you can just E a minion and boom, you don't take any of the damage. It also allows you to win a lot of short burst trades. Here, Cho'Gath tried to hit me with a Q, and so I reacted and eat a minion. Same deal with the Gangplank. The next thing is hold Q, or long Q, as you see on the screen. So this one is very interesting, because Vi's weakness of holding her Q and having the opponent see it actually can be used to your advantage. What I mean is, a lot of times you can walk at the opponent and hold your Q, and they will either panic and throw a CC to try to stop you, or they will use their dash, flash, whatever mobility just to get away quickly, and you can then throw your ability and punish them for not reacting, but just panicking. Here I hold my Q, he uses his Q to try to knock me up, and I can charge it for so long that I don't end up getting hit by his CC. This won't always happen, sometimes they'll flash away, but you can hold your Q to get them to use their dash or flash and then react to it afterwards. Here, Poppy uses her W, and I hold my Q so I don't get stopped. I still end up losing the fight just barely, but you see the benefit. Here I hold Q, and then I step back. Set uses his E, and it misses because I hold my Q. So this is a very beneficial thing. Here, another one, it's Graves. He panic dashes because he sees my Q, and I'm able to punish afterwards because he already used his dash, so he can't dodge with it. The next thing is Rift Herald and the Tier 2 Tower. Now this is kind of a me-specific thing rather than a Vi-specific thing, but Vi is exceptional at taking Rift Herald, even if she's not the jungler. She's really, really good at it because the eyeball opens quicker the more auto attacks you hit on the Rift Herald. So I like to get the Tier 1 tower and then go to this Tier 2 tower with Demolish, put up Rift Herald even if you don't have minions. With the Demolish and a little bit of damage, you pretty much one-shot it every time, and that's 600 gold right in the pocket. Here's another one. A totally different game, although it does look similar. Same tactic. Put down Rift Herald, utilize the Demolish, and it goes down. This one's me just pushing normally, but I got Rift Herald because I take them every game. They're always mine. Utilize Demolish. Start hitting the minions because Rift Herald should one-shot it, and you can push to the next tower. Yet again, it's so consistent. Just Rift Herald, Demolish Tier 2. This is the easiest way to get free 600 gold. You don't have to be anywhere near your enemy. You just have to walk through the jungle real quick, and boom, it's yours. This one, Camilla's pushing top, and I actively go past her to use the Rift Herald on the tier 2. As you can see, it already has some damage because I did use Rift and then ironically died for it. But here I go, and once again, bink bonk, hit the tower. I don't demolish it here because if I can get another Rift Herald push, I can use demolish on the second tower. However, Ari is here to stop me. I try to make her back up just so I can get the Rift Herald charge, and we keep going. So that's 2 Rift Herald charges and 600 gold in the pocket, plus another 300 for that kill. Once again, this is a time that it doesn't work out. Sometimes I used Rift Herald on the tier 1 tower, especially if I'm not doing so hot in lane. This way I just secure getting plates. So you want to do as much damage as you can to the tower before Rift Herald hits it. And as you can see, I got punished by the enemy top laner and jungler. Once again, I'm doing the same thing. I toss my Rift Herald down at the tier 1 tower. I go towards, use my demolish, get as many of those early plates down, and we get nearly a whole tower for it. A lot of plates, a lot of gold in the pocket, and it's a very quick experience. The next thing is 2 auto. This is another laning phase little tip. Something you can do is auto a minion twice and then Q through it towards your opponent to hit them with the Q. This way you initiate the fight sequence, the small trade or long trade, with full stacks of denting blows attack speed. You don't get the armor pen or armor shred because you didn't hit your target with, the denting blows. But you start with the attack speed, so you have a little bit more uptime for DPS right away. So here I auto a minion twice, then I Q through it, and I just start the fight with the attack speed. This is one of those techniques that's just for little quick burst punishes. Here I try to set it up, but Gangplank is playing too far away, so I don't actually get to utilize it. So it is a little bit difficult just because of the fact that the opponent can quickly evade, as you see. So this next one, Unstoppable, by the way, is your ultimate. Her ultimate is super important. It doesn't do a large amount of damage. However, the main use I've found for it is buffering your ulti through an opponent's crowd control so that you don't get stopped for it and you continue pressing the advantage as much as you can. Up here, I'm going to have a Kled. He's going to Q me, and then before the Q pulls me, I will ulti and I will go right through it so that I don't get stopped. So here he fights. He's got his Q on me. In just a second, he missed the first one. Here we go, Q, and then I ulti through it so I don't get CC'd at all, and he loses that entire benefit. I back up here, Ari tries to Everfrost me, and I go ult right through it, and I keep fighting her. So this one is counter jungling, and it's just a tip when you go to do it against the enemy top laner. I will explain it in a minute, but the main thing is you don't want to give away any unnecessary information to the opponent. And I'm not going to E here? Okay. So I am going to E now. So the reason for it is you can see Vi's splash damage of the cone even if you don't have vision of her, so you can see it over this wall. And when that happens, next one is Micromanaging. Blast Shield is super incredibly important for the entire laning phase. Once again, it lets you shrug off a lot of damage, it lets you win trades, and a lot of times I live with just a sliver of health because I use my Blast Shield. One of the most important things you can do is keep your eye tracking when your Blast Shield is up or how many denting blows procs you need to get the ability back up so that you can survive more damage or use it to avoid some of their big poke or big burst damage. So right now this is a bad example of it. I'm watching my Blast Shield and then I use my Q just about 0.1, 0.2 seconds early, and it ends up costing me the kill and possibly my life. I could have maybe killed Camille there, but I doubt it. Next one is predictions. So this one comes from playing fighting games a lot, but you'll see what happens here is Camille eats the wall and I dodge up, and so I evade it. The next time, just a few seconds later, I dodge up again, but she predicts that I'm going to go up, and so I get hit by the next one. This prediction is important because in lower elo, people don't tend to dodge. The higher you go, dodges become more consistent. And then even higher than that, it's like rock, paper, scissors, where a third layer happens and they start to run straight again and not dodge. So when you can get a grasp on how your opponent dodges, it allows you to get far more cues hit on them when they are actively dodging. This last thing is Sneaky Rift. So although they have the scuttle crab there, you don't have to queue over that wall, but you can walk along the wall, and as long as you're hugging the wall right there, the vision will not see you. There are specific places on the map where even if they have a ward in like a specific bush or that scuttle crab, for example, they won't be able to see you. So it's an easy way to go for a gank if you're jungling, or if you want to go for a sneaky Rift Herald, even though they have the scuttle crab vision. So there are my tips. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.